Western media claim that traditional Chinese medicine is nothing but a scam, far inferior to Western medicine in diagnostic results and treatment speed. And in order to verify this claim by foreign media, a Canadian beauty actually did not hesitate to use herself as a test subject, and resolutely went to a traditional Chinese medicine hospital in China to seek the truth, yet the final result was truly heartbreaking. At the beginning of the video, this travel blogger first arrived at a small commodities wholesale center in Chongqing. Looking at the massive building in front of her, the blogger said she never expected China's wholesale markets to be built so magnificently, something completely unseen in their country, and the foot traffic here was also unbelievably huge. In Canada, although there are also some large shopping malls and supermarkets, the customers there are simply worlds apart compared with here. In addition, shopping malls in Canada are usually relatively quiet, and people shop at a slower pace, but here pedestrians all walk very fast, as if there is something urgent waiting for them to do, which made her feel a completely different sense of everyday life. After entering the mall, the blogger's eyes were drawn to a shop selling handbags, so she immediately walked into the store and found it filled with all kinds of bags, with trendy styles and bright colors, which undoubtedly sparked her curiosity, and she began carefully picking out the bags she liked. Before long, her body was covered with bags, and a satisfied smile appeared on her face.
In my life, dug through a mountain of purses before. Like purse heaven here, but it's also a lot of work trying to find what you want. There's so much to choose from. Oh, that's cute.
Obviously, the products in this store suited the blogger's taste very well. She said that in China, there are many such wholesale centers and malls, with a wide variety of goods inside and very affordable prices. Whether it is fashionable clothing or exquisite accessories, you can find them all here. And in Canada, although there are also many high-end brand stores, the prices are often quite expensive, making it hard for ordinary consumers to afford. Right after that, she left the wholesale market and took a taxi to a time-honored traditional Chinese medicine hospital in Chongqing. This time, the blogger planned to do a skin and body check, because she had heard that traditional Chinese medicine is very magical, and that doctors can diagnose conditions just by checking the pulse, which is completely different from Western medicine's approach that requires various tests. The driver soon took her to the destination. When the blogger looked at her phone and found that the trip was 2.4 kilometers, yet the price was only 10 yuan, she was instantly so shocked she could hardly speak, and she said that prices in China are simply unbelievably cheap. In Canada, traveling the same short distance would cost far more than this in taxi fare. In their country, in any city, the taxi starting fare itself is outrageously high, and after traveling just a short distance, the cost rises rapidly.
So only going just over 2 kilometers, and it's going to cost the equivalent of $1.38 US, which is insane because in Canada, minimum you're going to be paying for something like this $12 or $13 minimum for a few kilometers.
With an excited heart, the blogger walked into the traditional Chinese medicine hospital and found that although the hospital had a huge flow of people, everyone was orderly, and not a single person was pushing or cutting in line. Right after that, she came to the nurse station and, following the instructions, took a number and lined up. During the wait, the blogger's face was full of an excited smile, and she kept saying,
"Alright guys, we have arrived. Check that out." I'm actually really excited about this. I'm never excited to go to the doctor, but today, I'm kind of excited.
When the blogger learned that the consultation fee was only 20 yuan, which converts to less than $3, she was shocked again. She said that in Canada, the cost of seeing a doctor is frighteningly high, especially the consultation fees for specialists, which can be hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and even with medical insurance, you still have to pay a substantial portion yourself. And in China, such a people-friendly price allows more people to enjoy high-quality medical services.
Yeah, it costs 20 yuan to register to see the skin doctor. It's crazy.
After registering at the self-service machine, the blogger received a notification that she was expected to be seen by the doctor between 11 o'clock and 11:15. At that time it was already 10:59, meaning she only needed to wait about 15 minutes for her appointment. The blogger immediately said that in Canada, to see a dermatologist, you need to book 6 months in advance, and sometimes you have to wait even longer. Sometimes, the condition may worsen due to the long wait, bringing patients even more suffering. But in China, such an efficient arrangement made her deeply feel the strength and convenience of China's medical system.
59. So my appointment's already within the next 15 minutes. That is wild. To see a dermatologist in Canada, you're waiting up to 6 months, sometimes even longer. And I'm going to see a dermatologist within 15 minutes.
During the waiting process, the blogger had another surprising discovery. She noticed that outside every doctor's consultation room there was a display screen, which clearly showed the doctor's background and the conditions they specialize in. In addition, the screen also broadcast appointment information in real time, as well as the next number to be seen, and this kind of design allows patients to understand the doctor's professional background more clearly and also helps them arrange their time reasonably. The blogger said that in Canada, although hospitals also have information about doctors, they do not have such an intuitive and convenient way of displaying it.
I really like how they have these little screens outside the doors, and I'm pretty sure I'm next, 56. I wasn't sure if I was 56 or 58, but because that's not in Chinese.
Perhaps for personal privacy protection, the blogger did not film the consultation, but from her excited expression and words, you could feel that this visit left a deep impression on her. In the end, the blogger happily said that she had finished her appointment by 11:30. From arriving at the hospital at 10:49 to taking a number and finishing the visit, it took only 41 minutes. She could not help but sigh that compared with the efficiency of seeing a doctor in Canada, China is simply incredibly impressive. Traditional Chinese medicine is not only highly professional, but its efficiency is also very fast. They can accurately diagnose conditions in a short time and provide a reasonable treatment plan.
11:30, I registered and paid to see the dermatologist at 10:49, and in that amount of time, 41 minutes, I've now had my whole body checked, all my skin checked, got a little bit of herbal medicine prescribed to me, and now I know my skin is healthy, and yeah, I'm good to go. I can't believe that only took 41 minutes, and in Canada, that would be 6 months to a year just to get that done.
After finishing the experience at the traditional Chinese medicine hospital, the blogger decided to experience Chongqing's metro. When she arrived at the self-service ticket machine inside the metro station, the blogger was shocked to discover that a single metro ride cost only 2.5 cents, which she found completely unbelievable. And in Canada, the cost of taking the metro is relatively much higher, especially for travel in some big cities, where the cost is even more outrageous. In the blogger's view, the reason might be that Canada's metro lines are relatively fewer, and the coverage is not as extensive as in China. After entering the metro car, the blogger was shocked by how clean, neat, and orderly it was. The car was spotless, the floor was shiny like a mirror, and compared with the Indian trains she had ridden before, it was simply like heaven and earth. Moreover, passengers were all quietly sitting in their seats, not speaking loudly, and not casually throwing trash. This made her sigh that China's metro truly ranks among the world's best.
I'm actually in complete shock at how clean and orderly this train is. It is so clean, there's no dirt anywhere. Probably the cleanest city metro I've ever been on in my life. And yeah, super orderly, everyone's just quiet, doing their thing, most people scrolling on their phones.
Afterward, the blogger learned that China's metro has staff who regularly clean and maintain the cars, ensuring that passengers can travel in a comfortable environment. Moreover, China's metro is equipped with advanced safety facilities, such as surveillance cameras and security check equipment, which greatly safeguards passengers' safety. In addition, there are also security guards stationed at the entrances of metro stations, and before entering, everyone must scan their body and luggage, to prevent anyone from bringing dangerous items. And when taking the metro in Canada, you may encounter some unsafe factors, such as thieves and drunk people. Compared with her own country, China's safety measures truly provide a strong sense of security. Before long, night fell, and the city of Chongqing, under the glow of lights, looked especially beautiful. The blogger strolled to the riverside, and the scene in front of her completely stunned her. Chongqing at night was dazzling with lights, and the lights of high-rise buildings reflected on the river's surface, creating a breathtaking picture. The blogger sighed by the river that in China, whether it was the medical staff she met in the hospital, the shop assistants she met in the mall, or the passengers she met on the metro, everyone was very friendly to her. They would actively help her solve problems, and they also introduced Chongqing's food and scenic spots to her, and this warmth and friendliness made her feel the warmth of home. China's medical system is even more diversified. Traditional Chinese medicine, as an important component of China's traditional medicine, occupies an important position in China's medical system. Traditional Chinese medicine clinics and hospitals across China are found all over the country, and traditional Chinese medicine doctors, after many years of study and practice, have accumulated rich clinical experience. Traditional Chinese medicine not only has unique advantages in treating some common illnesses, but it also plays an important role in preventive healthcare and rehabilitation treatment. Finally, she said that Western media's remarks are completely smearing traditional Chinese medicine, and if she has the chance, she will come to China again to check in.
Looking back on this experience, it is hard not to admit that, for this Canadian woman, it was truly a very pleasant one. There was no special treatment and no stage arrangement. She simply entered the city, the hospital, and everyday life in China as an ordinary person. From the clear and efficient medical procedures to the relaxed pace of the consultation. From the affordable costs to the natural, patient attitude of the medical staff. These seemingly ordinary details gradually came together to shape her overall impression of the visit. She did not try to prove anything, nor did she rush to draw conclusions. She simply recorded what she saw, what she heard, and what she personally experienced. And it is precisely this experience, without a preconceived stance, that makes the record feel especially genuine. Perhaps what truly deserves attention is not whether one form of medicine is right or wrong, but whether, by stepping into real-life settings and seeing it with one's own eyes, a system can be judged by whether it genuinely offers convenience, reassurance, and respect. When the discussion returns to lived experience rather than preconceived positions and labels, understanding may begin to emerge.